Hello, everybody. Welcome to this semester supply chain analytics course at the undergraduate level. This is the course website. The idea behind this video is to explain to you how the first 2 weeks of classes are going to be conducted and how we're going to pick up from that point onwards. As you all know, the first 2 weeks of classes are online, given the coronavirus mandate. And starting week 3, we will be going back to in-person classes. So you would have found this video right here where it says course introduction. It would have been highlighted. Obviously, I'm still recording the video, so you don't see it right here. Now, most of what you need for this course will be for the whole semester will be available in the module section. All exams that I do, all assignments that I do and everything else will be on Canvas. There won't be any paper, anything paper in this course. Now, here are a few things, simple things to get started. If you don't know how to use Canvas, which I'm sure all of you do know how to do it, but in case you don't, here is a link. Here is some information about me and the academic integrity policy. Some information about the textbook and some of the course tools and whatnot. One of the first things that I want you to do is to do the introduce yourself exercise. Now, I did put the deadline to be January 25th. This is mostly for students who join the class next week, because you do have a shopping period for a week and a half. So for maybe it's even longer now. So January 25th is for people who are coming in later. Do it as early as possible. Introduce yourself. Tell me about yourself. This is what you would do on first day of class. I might even do this face to face, but we'll see that. Right now, for the first 2 weeks, I will be putting up 2 separate modules. We'll say week 1 is introduction to the course, and we'll also do introduction to supply chain management. So for the first 2 weeks, I'll have a list of activities that you have to do for the week. I'm going to click, if I click on it, you will notice all of this. This is another link to the same video you're watching right now. You should read the syllabus carefully. Come to the online synchronous session on Tuesday. So for the first week, which is starting January 18th. So on January 18th at 11 a.m., we will have a synchronous session. It's not going to go for the whole 1 hour, 20 minutes. I'm not going to keep it till 12:30, but it will begin at 11:10 a.m. and we will go for about 40 odd minutes, or maybe even less than that. Now watch the introduction to supply chain management video. So we are not going to have a synchronous class on Thursday. So January 18th, we are not going to have a class on January 20th. Instead, instead of that, you will be watching the intro to supply chain management video that will be posted in the module. You have to read chapters 1 and 2 from the textbook, and like I said before, participate in the introduce yourself online discussion. That is what I expect from you for week 1. Let me click on the syllabus. So the syllabus will tell you what you can expect to do week 2. Now, in the syllabus, you'll have my information here. My office phone number is here. I am very rarely in the office. I don't check my office voicemail. So do not contact me on this number and expect me to reply. I will probably check it a couple of months down the line. So the best way to get hold of me is via email. That's the best way to get hold of me. Here's a introduction to what the course is about and the textbook. I'll come back to all of this. So just for the first 2 weeks. So for the first week, we'll have a synchronous session on the first day, on Tuesday, and on Thursday, it'll be an online session, reading chapters 1 and 2, watching the video and whatnot. Now, week 2, we will be doing in-person sessions. Again, when I do, not in-person, I'm sorry, online synchronous sessions. When I do online synchronous sessions, I tend not to stay for the whole 1 hour, 20 minutes, 40, 45 minutes is the usual norm, but let's see. So on January 25th, we'll talk about productivity, and on January 27th, we'll talk about some of the financial metrics. So this is from chapter 3 in the textbook, and January 25th is handouts. I'll post some handouts on Canvas that you can download. Now, let's go back to the top of the syllabus. Before I do that, so this is only for the first 2 weeks. Starting the week after that, we will be going through, we'll be having in-person classes, and the topics that I intend to cover are here. If you've taken the operations management class, you might find that some of the topics look familiar, but we will not be doing them in the context of operations management, but more from a supply chain perspective. So operations, so the way to think about operations and supply chain management is, operations management is what happens within a single company. Supply chain management is what happens within all the companies that are required to make a product. So it's a difference in scale, right? Okay, so all the topics are given here. Now, as far as the textbook is concerned, the textbook is Supply Chain Management, Strategy, Planning, and Operations by Chopra and Mendel. The latest edition is the 7th edition, and the 7th edition, 7th edition looks like this. This is what the cover for the 7th edition looks like. And the 7th edition itself has been out for close to 4 to 5 years. So you should be able to find it for cheap if you buy it secondhand. But you can also buy the 6th edition, which has been out for close to a decade. And I know that students have been able to buy the 6th edition for as cheap as $20. If you find it at the right time on some of these secondhand websites. But what I am going to insist on is, in case you buy the 6th edition, make sure that you all homework problems will be based off of problems in the textbook. So if you're doing the problems, make sure that you're doing the correct problems. Some of the wording, most of the wording is the same. Some of the problem numbers and things have changed. So make sure that you keep that in mind, right? But 6th edition is also okay. But do not buy anything before the 6th edition. There was a huge revision between the 5th and the 6th edition. So if you buy the 5th edition, you will not be able to use that for this class, right? So that's the textbook. Now the grades are going to be based off of this. So you'll have 3 homeworks, 2 midterm exams, and a final exam. You'll notice that the midterm and the final put together are 50% of your grade. Homework, discussions, and class participation add up to another 50% of your grade. So it's equally split between exam and non-exam work. Now the homework, so the date the homework will go up and the day the homework is due are all given here. Usually the homework will be due on the day when I do review. So what I usually do is I teach about 1/3 of the topics. I do a review for the midterm, and then we have a midterm on a particular day. Again, I do another 1/3 of the topics, do a midterm review, and then have the midterm on the next day. So whenever we do the midterm review is when the homework will be due, right? Okay. Now, homework 3 goes up here, homework 3 is due. You also have discussion assignments, some discussions that you will be doing on Canvas. I will have you talk to each other, maybe split you up into a couple of groups, different groups for each discussion, and have you do a discussion. We'll see how that goes. But these days that you notice, those are the days when you will be doing the discussion. So we'll talk more about that. So this is the day the discussion post will be due. So you have to make a post. Then you have to reply to post by 2 of your classmates. So this will be the day the post will be due, and then you'll have a couple more days to read your classmates' posts and make and reply to those posts. So I will post more. I'll post more instructions for these discussion assignments. Now, introduce yourself is also given as a discussion assignment, but it is not a discussion assignment. It is under class participation. So it is an important part of class participation. Make sure that you go through that. So discussion assignment, so there you go. So discussion assignments will be worth 15% of your grade. The 3 homeworks will be worth 30% of your grade. The 2 midterms, 25%, and the final exam is 25%. Right? And that's the syllabus. So I will talk more about this on January 18th. But in the meantime, please feel free to email me. And also, I will be taking attendance once we become in person. I'll also be taking attendance when we do online classes. So make sure that you attend them regularly. All right, take care.